I had the chance to speak to Conor, and I could also see his frustration. We met some weeks ago, I think after the national break, by incidents? Is that by incident?
Yeah.
If you run into each other?
By coincidence.
By coincidence in a restaurant, and we had a chat, and the subject came up, and I apologized. Because I know how competitive he is, and I like him a lot. I know his character very well, and it was a pleasure to have him here in pre-season. And this is the way it is. I mean, we play to win the game, and the rules were clear when we made the loan. And I can totally understand Patrick Vieira and also the disappointment of Conor, of course. But these were the rules when we did the loan, and we don't want to suffer from our rules.
A few games in where they started a little chant for my name. Conor Gallagher.
Final one for me, Thomas. From one Chelsea boy to another one. Conor Gallagher on loan at Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Loves the club. Just how closely are you monitoring his progress, and could you see him feature in a future Chelsea squad?
Well, that's not hard to follow because he's standing out every single match day. So that's a pretty easy one to follow, and all the credit also to him. We had long talks in pre-season. We could imagine that he also stays and fights for his place here. We decided all together when the possibility came up and the talks came up with Patrick Vieira to go to Crystal Palace, and once he understood the role that he can have in the club and here in Premier League, he wanted to take the challenge, so everybody agreed on it, and we also agreed to letting him go, because in the end we thought like this can be the right thing to do. And yeah, you need a bit of luck and of course a lot of quality, but listen, Conor's heart is so big. He loves football, and can wake him up at 4 o'clock at night and he will start running and sprinting and collecting balls and winning duels. This is what he does, and you can see that he feels good. He has the trust from club and manager, but honestly, right now it's beginning of November. He's a full member, important member of the Crystal Palace squad, and it's good where he is, and there's no need to change this. We are fully aware of it, and we are happy that he feels so good and is such a huge part in this.
Conor Gallagher to go on loan over the summer, and can you clarify whether there is a recall option with him?
No, I will not clarify because it's details contract. And details contract will not be discussed in press conferences. I said many times how much we like Conor and how well he's doing. Nothing has changed. We saw his goals, we see his performances all the time. There's absolutely no regret, because maybe it seems like it was the perfect decision for him, and we discussed mainly for him what the best option was in summer. You cannot take the circumstances from now and doubt the decision from July. It simply is not possible. And we did what we did, and we are very happy with it, because obviously it works out for Conor, and we need to work our issues out, which is that we are like a bit unlucky in having injuries in the center of our game, and we're suffering from it. But this has nothing to do with Conor.
It's now 17 days until the transfer window
National
opens.
coach loves him because I loved him from day one. There cannot be a coach who does not love guys like this. Humble, nice, smile on the face, and all the time ready to give their everything. Who want to learn, want to improve, and I would also as a teammate, I would have loved to play with him, because he's a helper, and he starts on minute 1, and he finishes maybe in the shower, but it's the earliest moment when he finishes running and stealing balls. So it's a pleasure to know the guy, to have the guy, and I'm super happy for him that the things work out so well, and now it's on him to keep on going, keep the feet on the ground, and the rest we will decide not in a
What a player. Robbie Earl, let's talk about Conor Gallagher.
Conor Gallagher's a player we saw in the second half of the season at West Bromwich Albion last year under Sam Allardyce, and we saw a young, industrious, could go from box to box, and you're thinking, if he can tidy up his game, he could be a player. What we've seen at Crystal Palace in the 15, 16 games we've seen now is a potential star of the Premier League. He has energy and drive. We talked about it before the game. He's a spark that somebody kill for to have in the middle of the park. He's infectious. He gets forward, Rebecca, and we did a little breakdown of him today, and we started it early, and we said, you know what, it's one of those days. Let's keep an eye on Conor Gallagher. He's always looking to get in and around the box, be in the area that hurts, to get goals, to get productivity, to make sure he's around chances. He brings great energy. You see him going backwards and forwards. You see him winning balls in midfield. You see him geeing people up. He's still learning his career at this age and still learning how to be a Premier League footballer. But his moment at the end sums up what he's all about. Never say die attitude. When he's in a team of maybe more experienced professionals who were starting to get nervous, who weren't quite sure how to finish the game out, he comes up with a moment like that. That's a special player who can do that.
I've got two questions for you. If there is a clause in the loan between Chelsea and Palace where in January he can go back, if you're Tuchel, do you take him back? If you're Conor Gallagher, do you want to go?
Yeah, well, the second part's tougher. The first part is, yes. I'm sorry, Palace fans, if there's a clause that they can recall him, why wouldn't you do it? Would he want to go back is really interesting because I don't think there'd be any guarantee of playing time. I can't imagine he's going to enjoy his football any more than he's enjoying it right now.
If you're him, would you go?
I would. I'd go back because I want to prove myself. I want to be in that first team. We've chatted about it off camera. Yeah. You can see him fitting into their midfield. I know it's not really the way that they play at the moment. Other teams as well. We're starting to talk about other clubs that might want to take him. I just want one point to add on to that package and what Rob's saying there is at West Brom and Crystal Palace, you know, in my experience, it's hard to be an outstanding young midfield player in those teams, Rebecca, because they don't often get a ton of the ball. There's not amazing players around to see some of his runs and to link with him. He's doing this. Average teams, like, they're better than average teams, or this Palace team, I think, is better than average team, but it's not easy to be outstanding. And that's why we took notice at West Brom. Wow, like 21-year-old kid coming in and looking a star. It's got everything. Physicality, technical ability, goal to midfield. That's valuable in this league.
Today, though, it does feel like an even bigger statement from Conor Gallagher. Let's hear from the Palace midfielder right now.
Conor, just wanted to get a little bit nervy towards the end. Was that the perfect way to settle it?
Yeah, definitely the perfect way. I feel like it was a fantastic performance from us. Obviously, conceding the goal made it a bit of a nervy last 20 minutes, but we defended brilliantly, and the goal at the end just killed off the game, and it was great.
Well, you've lost your previous three. Is it understandable when it gets a bit jittery like that?
Yeah, this game was massive for us. As you said, we've lost the last three, so to get 3 points today was really important, and I felt like the performance was brilliant, and 3 points is unreal.
What was different today, do you think?
I don't know, I felt like we have been unlucky the last few games. Although we haven't played our best, I feel like today we really wanted to give the fans a good performance, and we did.
First goal, was that perhaps some mistakes for Everton, but also reward for your pressing as well as a team?
Yeah, I felt like we pressed well. Credit to Jordan as well, he gave me a good pass. And yeah, I was happy to score then as well.
That's your second double, six Premier League goals right now.
6 now.
Where has that come from?
So some good finishing. Now, to be fair, the last one was, that feeling's incredible. I think I won the ball back, and then I got Christian right behind me telling me to leave it. There was no chance I was leaving it.